Hey guys, how's it going? It's Cecil here. So for part 2 of my Paragon Early Access Beginner's Guide, we're going to be breaking down the mini-map itself and knowing everything that the mini-map has to offer and having mini-map awareness is extremely important to a MOBA and especially Paragon. There's a lot of information here that lets you know where you are in the game, how far along you are in progression. You know, is your team winning, losing, whatever the case is. So let's go ahead and break it down, guys. And first thing we're going to go over is obviously your hero on the minimap. And I kind of hope that the Epic does change this icon. It's a kind of lackluster. It's really, really small. And when you're new to the game, it's really hard to identify where you are on the map itself, especially since you're just trying to get familiar with the game. And, you know, where you are on the map doesn't really correspond to where you are on the minimap. So you're kind of just like looking anywhere. And you got these nice big icons for everyone else, but yourself is this little yellow chevron over here. So anyway, so let's break it down. It's you're facing in this direction, so this chevron is telling you you're pointed in this direction. These two lines over here is basically I'll kind of zoom in, guys, so you guys can see it. So these two lines over here indicates you know, your vision, field of view, right? So this is the direction you're looking here. So any enemy in this vicinity here will pop up on the minimap. If there's an enemy behind you, you won't see that. And same thing with Gideon over here, right, guys? You know, Gideon's pointed in this direction. As you can see, there's that little point. There's this little shade of blue itself, and that shade indicates his field of view. So if there's an enemy behind him, he won't see him, but if there's an enemy here, he'll show up in the minimap, and obviously Gideon will see him. So let's go further. And we're going to be talking about minions. So minions obviously spawn at your core, walk down the lane. So you have, you know, your right lane, your center lane, your left lane. And these are not static icons on the map. They will move. Like I said, they progress down the lanes. And these minions will eventually meet up with the enemy minions, which is highlighted in orange, and they'll battle in the middle. And you're going to get your last hits. You're going to get your amber. You're going to get your experience and all the good stuff, right, guys? So let's go further. And next, we're going to be looking at the towers. You have 2 towers per lane, so with a total of 6 towers. The enemy has 2 towers per lane with a total of 6 towers. And the next thing is the inhibitors. So the inhibitors are indicated by these icons over here. They're bigger icons, and it's because the inhibitors have more HP. They do a little bit more damage, and yeah, they're the last line of defense before the core. And obviously, there's 1 inhibitor per lane. And this is the core. So this is the icon for the core itself. And yeah, the person or the team that kills the core wins the match, right? So that's the whole point of the game, guys. And so let's break down the structure health pool for each of these and how they're shown on the minimap itself. So solid, so let's look at towers itself, right? So a solid orange means that the tower is at full health. When the tower starts taking damage, it'll start reducing in health. So in this case, you can see this tower is at half HP. So this indicates that the tower actually has been destroyed. So there is no tower here. This tower is half HP, and I photoshopped this guy. So generally, you wouldn't have an inhibitor taking damage if you still have a half tower up. So this indicates how it looks when it's low in HP. So because it's a little bit different in the way the towers represent, and the HP is actually indicated by the ring around the icon. So as the inhibitor itself starts taking damage, the ring will actually start collapsing on itself until there's nothing left. And then when the inhibitor is gone, you'll get a black hole, just like what you see over here with the tower. And the core works the exact same way. When it starts to take damage, it'll actually work the exact same way the inhibitor does. So the outside ring indicates how much HP the tower actually has. So in this case, the core or the inhibitor, and then the tower itself, it basically, you know, it shows it this way. And now let's talk about the jungle, guys. And the jungle itself is split up into, I guess, 4 parts. They're kind of connected here, but really this is the enemy side of the jungle. So there's this side, and this is your side of the jungle itself, right? There are multiple entrances into the jungle, as you can see here. And there's a lot of entrances. And this doesn't even include entrances where you could just jump in from above and stuff like that, right? So every white line is a way, or it could be an entrance or an exit in and out of the jungle. So every little white line you see over here is a way in or out of the jungle, right? As you can see here. So they're all in there. And really, guys, there's a lot of feedback on the jungle or on the minimap itself. people say that it's confusing, and I can see why. There are a lot of lanes, a lot of intricate lanes that, there's some lanes that lead into nothing, into dead ends, as you can see over here. So it can get confusing. And really, what I say, guys, is go load up like solo mode against the AI and just walk around the jungles, get familiar with it. It's really just going through the jungle and getting just comfortable with it, learning your landmarks. There's cues to where you are in the jungle, and then look on the mini map to see where you are in relation to what you're looking at, right? And just practice. It's just going in and just spend maybe 10 minutes just wandering around the jungle, wander around. They're mirrored, right? So these are mirrored jungles. So once you learn one jungle, you know the other side of the jungle, right? So once you learn this side of the jungle, you'll learn this side of the jungle. So just load up an AI game and just spend 10 minutes, just walk around your side, your right side of the jungle, and then spend another 5 more minutes walking around the left side of the jungle, and do that a couple of times. And you know what, guys, you guys will get it, right? I wouldn't recommend just trying to learn jungle in PvP, but definitely just jump into like AI and match and just like explore the jungle and see where you are in relation to where you are on the mini map. And let's get into the next part, which is harvesters itself. So there are 7 harvesters in total, guys. There are 2 harvesters in your jungle, so one on the right side, one on the left side. Same thing with the enemy. The enemy has 2 harvesters as well. There's 2 outer harvesters on the map, and there's 1 harvester near Orb Prime, which is in the middle, right? And these harvesters are indicated by these key icons. I will be creating a video, guys, on harvesters if you're wondering what they are, what they do and whatnot. So, anyways, that's pretty much what these icons represent on the map. And so we're talking about the red camps and blue camps. So you might have heard of that. And really, they're displayed on the map with these colors over here. So, it's a mirror map, obviously, guys. So the enemy has a red camp and a blue camp, and we have a red camp and a blue camp, right? And then there's also white camps itself. And so white camps, there's 2 per side. So a total of 3 camps on each side of the jungle. And really, guys, I should have explained it, but camps are really minions. You would kill the minions for experience. The red camps and the blue camps have 3 minions. The white camps have 2 minions each. So the colored camps, the red and blues, are generally stronger. And they do drop a buff. But I will be creating a video on that for you guys as well. And the last thing we'll be talking about is Orb Prime. Orb Prime is this big minion in the middle of the map on the right side. And you kill it, it drops a buff. And that's pretty much what this icon entails. And again, I'll be creating a video on that buff itself and how that works and everything. So that pretty much concludes the video, guys. So if this helped you out and made you understand the minimap a little bit more, I did my job. And if you liked it, drop a like down below, and comments and suggestions down below as well. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Have a good one, guys. Take it easy.